7, 8 and 9 of the Vision Gaming Network British Touring Car Series. And today, guys, we're actually outside of the UK for this event. Yeah, we've headed over to the States to race at Watkins Glen, obviously, as a lot of people know, a very, very high-speed circuit with a lot of long flowing corners. So it should really suit the BMW quite nicely, you know, not a lot of, you know, low to high-speed acceleration zones, which usually favour the front-wheel drives in this series, guys. But obviously on board with my fastest lap, and unfortunately I hadn't really been able to run much practice for this. You know, I sort of forgot about it until about an hour before the event, so sort of had to rush up a tune ready for this event, and then hopefully, you know, it's sort of just one of those things where you just got to see how well it does end up going, guys. But this qualifying lap, it didn't feel perfect, but it didn't feel too bad either, you know. I'd unfortunately made a few mistakes on a couple of my other runs, but I was still trying to learn the car as we come through, obviously, the long carousel corner. One of my favourite corners, actually, to be honest, on this whole entire game. You know, I always seem to be able to get it quite nice there, you know, able to get a nice, good run, obviously, down this long, you know, I wouldn't say backstream, you know, down in towards the final sector of the lap go, guys. And then these final two corners are very, very difficult. You know, there is just one line, and you've got to get as close to the curbs as you possibly can, guys. But out through the final corner there, unfortunately, massively missed that apex there. And that's going to cost my run down towards the line, though, guys. But down to the line, it's going to be a 1 minute 14.023 there, which unfortunately left me just 1,000th behind Tigaboo there. One of the championship contenders. You know, I think I'm still in P4, about 10 points behind him, who's currently leading the way. So I won't have the ballast disadvantage in the first race of the evening, though. For me at the moment, you know, I sort of want to hold on to P4 for as long as I can, and then go for a final weekend, you know, sort of snipe, if you will, guys. But ready then on the grid for the first race of the night. Cerberus is at P1 with Mika P2. RyCX is in P3 there, and the other HCR driver of Noodle is on P4. Tigaboo, therefore, is in P5, just ahead of myself in P6. Obviously, you can just see how many BMWs are right up the very front there. LER Vision Thing in P7 there, a strong showing from him, with LER Sticks right alongside him there in P8 in that Mercedes. Captain Mannering in the Battlefield 1 themed Audi in P9, with VGN Mauler there in P10. We've got RSR Flex just missing out on the top 10 there, but still a fairly good showing from him. Wookie 2002, one of my big rivals, not having a good qualifying there, with Rally Cat 5000 in another Audi P13. My teammate Matty Bolton at 14th on the grid there, he was not happy with that qualifying there, but Big White Donk in the Battlefield 1 Audi as well, P15. P Fricks, who is down in P16 there. Then we've got ZT Bad in the Honda there. This track was definitely not Honda worthy. The Bin P18 there. We've got the final Mercedes of Orenishi BE in 19th, and last but certainly not least, Full X Throttle does round out the grid then, guys. But we're ready then for the start of round 7 of the VGN series at Watkins Glen, and it's lights out. And away we go, and obviously with the rear-wheel drive, we do get off to a much better start than Tigaboo right alongside me there. Noodle, myself, and RyCX trying to have a look all in towards turn 1 there, and RyCX a little bit later on the brakes. That gives me a little bit of a tap out wide there. So unfortunately, you know, he kicks out the back end as well, but I've just had to completely, you know, take evasive action from all of that there, guys. But we actually come out back onto the track pretty much, you know, where we went off there, so, you know, I don't feel I gained an advantage from that. HTR Noodle will have the ballast from, you know, it being in the top 3 overall there, so hence why I was able to blitz my way past him as well. So P6 to P2 there, you know, nice and early on in this race. Obviously with the rear-wheel drives, you expect to make up positions early on, and then just into the bus stop, trying to, you know, keep it nice, clean and tidy as we come through there. And now down into Carousel, you can just see trying to line up my one driver left, you know, to take the lead of the race of HCR Cerberus there in that what's it called, ballast BMW there. You know, he's got 5% less power than me, so down in towards the final couple of corners, you know, I will have a bit of an advantage there as he puts me to the outside there, down in towards the final corner there. He runs massively wide all over the curbs that just about gets along in front of me there, and unfortunately for me, that does cost my run ever so slightly there. And, you know, we've still got Noodle behind, who is more than happy to pounce if he's given the chance, guys. But down towards turn 1 here, you know, we get a very, very good run, obviously, with that full power. And trying to look down the inside in towards turn 1 there, just about keep the car alongside him there. But unfortunately for me, Cerberus does get off to a better run out of the first corner there. But, you know, he's still obviously got that bit less power than myself. So as we come up through the S's section, you know, through this, oh, but well, it is entirely flat out in these cars. We're going to try and look right around the outside there. Not exactly what you want to be doing there. But, you know, we've still got a chance as we look around the outside, down in towards the bus stop here on the second time round. He does break a little bit later than me. We're just going to try and get a nice, tidy run through the corner there. Put a wheel on the grass there, but fortunately, it does actually give me a little bit of turn in there. So I'm able to get right down the inside of HCR Cerberus there. Nicely done. No contact so far there, and I now move up into the lead of the race there, you know. So very, very happy with that. And hopefully, you know, for me, it's going to try to be a repeat of the first race out at Silverstone as well, guys. As we come now down in towards the final laps of the race there, guys. And we were able to hold on to the race lead there. You know, we pulled out that 800-foot gap over Mclaren just behind me there. And unfortunately, that final lap, I was actually about half a second up on my PB in the race there. But unfortunately, I ruined that through the final two corners there, guys. But down towards the line, it's going to be another race victory for myself. You know, very, very happy with that after taking home my first race win at Silverstone last week there. But Cerberus came through in P7. A very, very strong showing from him with Noodle and Tigaboo way, way down the order there. Not too lucky for those guys down the order there. But, you know, very, very happy with my own results there, guys. And now to move on to race 2 of the evening. We're going to be starting at a round about 4 minutes, guys. So just trying to rev up the car now, and it's lights out. And away we go, and off to a fairly poor start there. You know, we still get past Mika there. But Matty Bolton, my teammate there, has got off to an absolute romping start down the inside towards turn 1 there. So is LER Vision Thing, as he's going to try and look around outside the way. Just about shut the door on him through the corner now. But, you know, this second race of the evening is going to be tough, obviously, especially with the ballast on the car. You know, I'm probably going to struggle relative to a lot of the other drivers, guys, as we come up to the top of the S's there. And Vision Thing, you can just see how much extra power and straight line speed. You know, 5% doesn't sound a lot, but especially with that BMW, you know, it was just a rocket ship. I don't know what tune he had on that, but it was ridiculously quick down the straights there. But, you know, we still hold on to P4 in the early stages of the race there, as you can just see Vision Thing just up ahead of me there. He's running a little bit wide down in towards the carousel there, trying to cut off Captain Mannering from going for a move there out through the long right-hander, sorry, there. And you can just see now moving on down in towards the next couple of corners there. That Audi still very, very quick in a straight line there, and he's going to have a look right around the outside there. We're going to try and park it on the inside in towards the second to last corner there. He runs a little bit wide over the curbs there, but, you know, he's going to have the inside into the final corner there. But unfortunately, you know, I tried to sort of get right behind him there, and unfortunately, I was not able to pull that off there. So, you know, we're still side by side as we come down towards the first corner once more here. And unfortunately for me there, he is able to move now up into P4 of the race there, guys, as LER sticks as well. Tries to make a move up my inside through turn 1 there, as now we've got Cerberus trying to separate the pair of us there down through the S's there as we go up the hill. And Cerberus, is he going to be able to try and make this move stick? It'll be a very, very good one. And with that extra power on the inside as well, he's able to now move up into P5 of the race there. So very, very strong from him in the early stages. But now diving it down in towards the pit lane there for my one quick stop of the race. You know, sort of just want to be out by myself, you know, not in any sort of traffic, guys, as we come now into my pit box here. And I think at the moment it was looking like I might actually come out in a bit of traffic here. Tigaboo just about gets ahead of me there, and we're going to have another 2 cars just about going to go round me there. I think we might even go 3 wide there. I sort of just let him through, you know. There was no real point in me trying to defend those positions there. But fortunately there at the end of the race, I was only able to come through in P14 there. Not exactly what I wanted there, but still we were able to finish ahead of Mika there, who was carrying just as much ballast as I was. So still a good haul of points in the second race. But now obviously the focus does turn on to race 3, and, you know, my second shot to try and score big points in this evening's worth of action, guys. So now skipping on then, ready for the start of race 3. Obviously going to be starting very, very far down the order where it's based on fastest lap there. But Cerberus is on the pole. So that's all I was allowed to know, to be honest with you guys. But ready then for the start of the race there. And the Audi ahead of me there has just not bothered going there. Well, they did stall there, and somehow I've been able to keep it out of the wall there. I was near enough at 90-degree angle facing the wall there, but I've still been able to make up positions down towards turn 1 there, as Mclaren does make a little bit of contact with me through the first corner there. I sort of turned in a little bit too early, wasn't expecting him to be on the inside there, but I don't think it cost him any time whatsoever there, guys, as we come now up through the hill. We got Captain Manor in there all over the shop. Just ahead of me there, as we're going to try and look right around his outside there. HCR Noodle up the road as well is getting caught out in a little bit of instance there, but coming now down towards the next corner there, and down on the outside of Captain Mannering there. We're going to go right around his outside there, down into the corner now, as we've got VGN Mauler and HCR Noodle fighting just ahead of me there. We tried to make a move right around the outside of Noodle there, you know, pounce once he'd made a mistake there, but through the corner, unfortunately. On the outside there, we were not able to make that position stick, but we're still potentially thinking about going for a move down the inside into the second to last corner there. Got ever so slightly better run through a couple of corners there, but he outbrakes me ever so slightly there, and you know, I'm just going to try and focus on keeping my own lines, you know, nice and clean as we come through the final couple of corners of the first lap there. We've made up a couple of positions in the early stages of this race, you know, still nice and happy with that, guys, as we now skip on to lap 3 of the race. We've got Mauler, Vision Thing and Noodles still fighting just up ahead of me here, as Mauler's going to try and have a look down the inside of LER Vision Thing, you know, the Toyota there, still, you know, able to pack a punch during these races on the long straights there, but Vision Thing running a little bit wayward there. He makes contact with VGN Mauler there, and nearly with myself there. I have to take a bit of evasive action from the pair of them there, but trying to look round the outside. Mauler comes back in behind Vision Thing for a bit of slipstream there, but we're going to go right around his outside into the bus stop there, so 2 positions made up by doing that move, you know, in 3 laps there. So, you know, perhaps I can still able to try and make that move, you know, stick a few more times during this race there, as Vision Thing just about cuts me off there. A little bit annoyed with that, but, you know, nothing really I can do about that. You know, that's sort of just touring car racing there, as now we've got Mauler trying to have a look right around my outside, down in towards the final couple of corners there, but he's just a little bit too far back to be able to make that position stick, guys. So we come now through down into the final corner there. Mauler there all over the shop, braking a little bit early there, hitting the curbs, not exactly what he would have wanted there, and now we're going to be able to pounce on that opportunity as we now come down this long front straight here, and you can just see a good showing of, you know, how good Vision Thing's tune is down the front straight there. You know, I had a better run and he was still able to have a pretty damn even drag race with me there, down in towards turn 1, guys. But now we're looking towards HCR Noodle just up the road ahead of me here, and now hopefully for me I can try and get past him, get a few extra points on the board. You know, he is one of my championship rivals there, as he makes a bit of a mistake out through the final corner just a few laps later there. He's going to go defensive down towards turn 1 here, and I'm going to move back over to the racing line quite aggressively. They're going to go for a bit of an undercut on him, or I was planning to, but he parks it a little bit on the apex there. He squeezed me out wide there, but with using the extra curbs, we're able to go right around the outside of him there as he bogs down on the exit of that corner there. So, you know, still happy we were able to make up that position, and now we're in the hunt for Tigaboo, who's just a few seconds up the road, guys. Is now, you can see, he's about 400 feet ahead at the moment. You know, we were feeling pretty damn pacey during this final race of the day, and by lap 14 we've been able to close down the gap, so we were right on his rear bumper, guys. You can just see, hopefully now going to try and get a good run up through the S's on with this third last attempt to try and make a run, you know, through these couple of corners there. But the Chevrolet really does struggle in the long runs down these straights. You can just see the BMW able to just claw in ever so slightly there. He's going to go defensive now down in towards the bus stop there, but we're going to try and look right around his outside there. Unfortunately for me, he just turns in on me there, puts me into the wall, unfortunately there. I won't have somehow got any damage there, but that's cost me a huge amount of time there, unfortunately. Mika is able to go through there, but fortunately we do hold on to P6 there in that race. But, you know, a little bit gutted that Tigaboo did, you know, I sort of felt, you know, he did turn in on me a bit there. You know, I had the car near enough fully ahead. I don't know if he just thought, you know, I'd have the car right in front of him there, but, you know, unfortunately for me, it cost me absolutely massively there, guys. But that is the final results from the third race of the evening, guys, and hopefully you know you have enjoyed this video. If you're interested in getting good cheap games, you know, on free shipping and everything at very, very competitive prices as well, don't forget to click on the top link down in the description, guys. But as I said, hopefully you know you have enjoyed. Do not forget to like, subscribe if you're new around here, guys. I will see you next time.